Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Hitesh Patel.
The CAS. This thing is driving much of the innovation we're seeing today. I would say this thing, CAS, has resulted in the biggest shift in how you innovate in probably the last 20, maybe 30 years. And if you look out there, we're in Boston, which is great. The next big idea, the next tech unicorn, the next thing you wish you'd thought of is being built with CAS. So what is CAS? I call it this, chaos as a service. We got some laughs on that one, good. The last couple of years have been very chaotic, and by the last, I'm judging that you agree with me. We've ended up with some pretty cool things as a result of it, but it's not a straight line if you look at these successes. But there is something that's happening. There's companies out there are people out there that have figured out how to wrangle and control chaos. They're making chaos something you can consume on demand, as needed, or as I like to call it, as a service. So indulge me for a little bit, and we're going to take a journey and talk about how chaos is going to help you innovate. So how did everyone feel when I said the word chaos? It's a tough one, right? This is something that I think everybody in this room has walked into. One of these pictures applies. It's a data center that forgot cable management existed. It's a server that was supposed to be patched 2 years ago, but somebody else found it. Or my favorite, this is the one that I deal with a little bit. The king of all chaos is a raging dumpster fire where you have no idea what actually happened, you just know that it's not good. And if you look up the definition of chaos, it's right there. This is the first thing you see, a state of utter confusion. And that's exactly what it is, right? There's a pretty bad, negative emotional reaction to the word chaos. And it's defined by these things that we've all walked into in our professional or maybe even our personal careers. But the thing about it is we're good. We're actually really good at dealing with chaos, right? We laugh in the face of it. We take it as a challenge. We say, you need that spaghetti monster there tamed? No problem. I need Velcro in a couple of days. You need hackers solved? Hackers got you down? No problem. I need a terminal, single user mode, and some privacy, because you never give away your secrets in the security world, especially when your job depends on it. Yeah, dumpster fires out of control? That's not an issue. That's why I always carry a fire extinguisher with me. And you're done injecting order into these systems. You sit back and you say, look at the order I've built into this. Look at how I've wrangled this. But the next thing that you think is there's no way I'm letting this chaos happen again. And it's because of that negative emotional definition of chaos. The state of utter confusion isn't comfortable for anyone. It's not something you want to repeat. And so to wrangle all of that, what do we add? Who has something like this on their whiteboard right now? Processes and controls, right? Now, humans are actually really good at processes and control. We're probably uniquely good at it. We're good at mediating between order and chaos, at finding a balance so that you can integrate new ideas. You can get that into a stable state where you're not in a state of confusion, where you're not in a state of chaos. And what that leads to is something that looks like this. It's called ordered innovation. It's steady, it's predictable, it's safe. It makes the world run. Most of your companies probably run on ordered innovation. And if your company is excellent, if your company is the best company at ordered innovation, you're good, right? You don't need anything else. I'm not so sure. Luckily, I had Andrew McAfee up here before me that probably quantified some of that. See, too much order, too much process, too many controls don't allow for the possibility of growth. Too much order makes it unlikely that you can evolve fast enough to survive in the age of what? Disruption. So out there, all those disruptors, they're looking, they're figuring things out. They keep showing up. How are they doing it? How are they able to upend the status quo so fast? Well, they use chaos, but they use it a little differently. If you look up the definition, there's actually two definitions for the word chaos. This is the one disruptors are using. It's not that negative state of utter confusion. It's a state of things in which chance is supreme. Now, this is fundamentally different. That definition defines the opportunity for chaos to drive revolutionary progress. And I know it. I know there's people in the audience right now saying, "You're crazy. I'm not giving up my order. I'm not giving up my controls. I'm not giving up my process. Because without that, we'll slip back into chaos." And I don't think I have to tell you, the disruptors that are out there, the people that are looking to innovate and to do something new, they don't care about that opinion. It's just the way it is now. Because to them, they focus on this. Chance is supreme. So let's look at this view of it for a little while and see where it takes us. So behind these logos are armies of people. And that's the important thing here. Armies of people that have decided that they're going to embrace the chaos of chance. These companies are unleashing the power of ubiquitous compute. They're cutting banks out of money transfers. They're connecting or disconnecting us. They've made binge watching a normal term, and I've heard it's the new date night, apparently. They're scaling open source through social coding. They're getting bought by Microsoft, who is now contributing to Linux, which is a total upend that I didn't see coming. They're disrupting the basic concept of money and financial systems. They're landing rockets, going to Mars, but telling people that to get there, we're going to blow up some rockets in the process. Now, I've always wanted to be an astronaut. I'm not sure how comfortable I am about the blowing up rockets part, but they're going to figure it out. We envy this. I look at these companies every day and say, how can I be more like them? How do I tap into this? Countries are pivoting their economies to create chance. Investors throw money at these companies for the chance of a big payoff. Researchers, Andrew McAfee was up here. He is working every day to quantify chance so we can exploit it. He talked about AlphaGo, machine learning, is brute forcing chance for the chance of one good outcome. You look at these companies, and I want to be like them. I want to be chaotic. I want to tap into how they were created and how they're building products. And I call that chaotic innovation. And it looks like this. I've been in love with computers for longer than I can remember at this point. I turned something that was a hobby, because I can't play sports at all. It's horrible, actually. I turned it into a life, though. I put my energy into technology and into computers and into code. I loved it so much that I racked up an incredible mountain of debt to go get a degree in it. I've worked in this industry now for over 20 years, and I've been striving to perfect my craft. Every day, I'm like, how can I do a little bit better? And I think there's plenty of you that have done the same thing. But 2 years ago, I realized that all of that history, all of that safe, stable, ordered knowledge just wasn't enough anymore. In fact, I think I was at the limit of it. I talked to someone. I traveled quite a bit for this job. And I just had an opportune talk with someone at a bar. And the person was an artist. And I don't know how we actually got onto the topic, but The vodka sodas definitely helped. But that artist told me, he said, well, it's simple. You just haven't gotten out of your comfort zone. You need to do something different. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm reading all these books. I go to the book section, I go to the business books and all of these things. And he's like, just drop all of that. Just do the opposite of what you thought you were going to do with your spare time. He said, go to an art museum. Go see a jazz band play. Go do something totally odd, something totally out of your comfort zone and see what happens. What he was really telling me is that I needed a little more chaos, that I needed to get comfortable with less order, with less stability. I needed to give a chance. This picture is called a design squiggle. It's by an engineer and a designer named Damien Newman. And in my mind, this helps me frame it, because I do have to work in an ordered fashion. I am an engineer. At the end of the day, things go down in equations in my head. But this helps me. It's a framework. And what we want to do is add a little bit of order to this, just enough to frame up what we want to do. So the idea behind this talk happened with a dear colleague of mine. Her name is Terry Patrick. And we're going to put us on the squiggle here. It's me and Terry having beers. What Terry helped me do is link my passion of creating things in code primarily with this abstract concept of chaos. She explained to me that chaotic innovation isn't actually chaos anymore. It's demonstrated, it's tested, it's been researched, it's quantified now. There's a pattern you can follow here. You can actually learn about it. But the main thing is you have to decide. You have to choose to let go of some of that order, some of those controls, some of those processes. You have to unencumber your mind a little bit. You have to be a little chaotic. Maybe, as other people may see it, a little bit crazy. Crazy enough to say, let's go to agility and talk about chaos. All right? So how does this relate to you? How can you tap into this? Your leaders have either figured this out on their own or are being told this by their peers. To compete, to grow, to attract the best talent, to build the best things, you need both of these things. You need ordered, evolutionary innovation and chaotic, revolutionary innovation. The great companies of tomorrow, the ones that we're all going to be looking at with envy, are the ones that are going to maintain their ordered innovation, but unleash the power of chaotic innovation. You have everything to gain by embracing this. In fact, Francois talked about it, application capital. And my question to you is, what percentage of that application capital is going to come from chaotic innovation? If you look at the companies of the last couple of years, it's not a 50-50 split. It's closer to an 80-20 split. Now, where does F5 fit into this? I'm going to make a bold statement. We are up here right now. Our logo belongs on that list. You're seeing it in the lab sessions and breakouts. You're seeing it in the keynotes. In fact, this is chaos for F5. Letting me up here talking about that word is chaotic for everyone. The Super NetOps program, that was born from chaos. We introduced that last year. Who's got a tablet that they've been using in their labs? Yeah? That was born from chaos. Little tip. Purchasing those tablets costs F5 less money than printing the lab guides, if you can believe it or not. So we're unlocking the power of access to raw compute offered by every cloud. We're embracing the cultural revolution being driven by DevOps and agile methodologies. We're enabling the speed and agility that containerization offers. We're making it easy to integrate with all the cool technology around us. So by show of hands, who thinks it would be cool if you could do something like, hey Alexa, Deploy the Agility app. Kind of neat. I got one. No one else? The rest of this presentation is going to go bad if no one else thinks it now. So what can you expect from F5? First, we are not stepping away from ordered innovation at all. We're on that list of companies because we understand that we need both things, that you need both things from us. Second, our research, our investments in the people behind chaotic innovations are increasing. In fact, they're probably the biggest thing we're investing in. And that's going to lead us to be chaotically innovative. And the third thing is we're taking this packaging of those two things, and we want to help you get that going in your organization so you can build the next big thing for your customers. So I have a question. Where are you? I need all of you to leave here today seeking out chance, embracing chaotic innovation with us. We have to right-size processes, to right-size controls. It's not about eliminating them, but it's about unencumbering it so chaotic innovation can happen. It's important that you find that balance because your organization, your career, your personal satisfaction out of your life requires it now. Now, let's say you get this. The one thing that we can't change, the one thing I can't change, is I don't get more time in the day. I haven't figured out that technology yet. So how do you actually find time to be chaotic? Well, I do this a lot. I use automation, and if you know me, it might be my thing. And my boss's boss actually referenced it, so I better not mess it up now. You have to give time to let your brain switch from ordered to chaotic mode. And the way I do that is I automate everything that I can. And the reason for it is not because this concept of replacing people with technology. It's because I'm using technology to give me the time to go think chaotically. I'm using technology to unleash the potential of people, of my brain, of the brains of my colleagues, of the brains of you, and technology. Automation enables people to scale innovation. So we talked about this, that little Alexa thing a minute ago. And in fact, I'm going to make good on Francois's promise about delivering simplicity with a little demo.
Alexa, ask application services to deploy the Agility app.
Okay, Hitesh, deploying the Agility app.
Alexa, ask application services to report the status of the Agility app.
Hitesh, the Agility app is ready to go with 1 servers.
Alexa, ask application services to discover servers with tag chaos to application agility.
Application services discovered and added 9 servers to application agility.
Alexa, ask application services to report the status of the Agility app.
Hitesh, the Agility app is ready to go with 10 servers.
So to the gentleman over there that raised his hand, I got you covered. You see, my team is structured to encourage chaotic innovation. It's something that I've actually designed for. I've placed people in a position where they can chaotically innovate. My leaders have placed me in a position where I can chaotically innovate. This little Alexa thing started as a bet, really. And it was a bet based on what Francois said earlier. We need to simplify. So I went to some developers, actually a lot of developers, and I said, how easy can we make it? What's the easiest way you could interact with a big IP? Something my grandma could do. And a team in Spokane took that bet. So we did this. We gave them time. We gave them space. We said, here's a goal. I'm not filling in the blanks for you. I'm going to leave you alone. You're allowed to go be chaotic. So they took an automation tool. It's called AS3. If you've taken the SuperNetOps training this week, you've seen some of it. If not, you can check it out. And we mashed it together with Alexa. And the important thing here is we're releasing the code behind this to you. So Andrew talked about this earlier, the crowd. Well, guess what? I'm putting it out in the crowd. So if you open up your Agility app, you'll see a notification pop up, and you can go and see this integration, how we built it. It's open sourced, it's out on GitHub, and we know that we don't have it right yet. I actually don't think that anyone's going to deploy an app that way. It's incredibly specific that we said Agility app. So unless your apps are all named Agility, I'm not sure that will work out of the box for you. But there's an idea there, and I'm putting it out now into the crowd. So you can be chaotic with us. So you can help us figure out how to use this technology. Now, I fully embrace chaos, but the people behind the stage that run the Agility schedule are going to impose some much needed order on me. So I want to leave you with two things. First, remember this picture. It helped me frame up what I need to do. I never thought that I would find chaos so satisfying. I'm not sure why I was really ever afraid of it now. The best things in my life are chaotic. And it's because there's a chance of something new and exciting. I think that I'm probably addicted to chaos at this point. Maybe it's because I'm left-handed. I'm not sure. But I'm not bored. I'm engaged. The people around me are not bored. They're engaged. They're listening. They're excited because of this thing. And second, I want this feeling for all of you. I want to walk out of here. We've got 2 more days. And I want to sit in the back of rooms, and I want to watch chaotic innovation happen here. I want to watch light bulbs go off. I want sparks to happen in someone's eyes. I want to see the chaos of chance become the next big idea. So speaking of sparks, I'm excited to welcome someone that I really like talking to, Lori McVitie, a person that constantly pushes me to think bigger, better, and most importantly, a little more chaotically. Thank you.